Are we getting the Halloween Ends trailer a little sooner than we may have thought? Let's get into this.
What's your favorite scary movie? Name it.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing now.
We're gonna get you.
Oh, blood on the beast! God, don't do that.
But sometimes, death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today, we have a big ol' update on Halloween Ends, talking about when the trailer may be coming out. I think it might be coming out a little earlier than we all think. Now, before I get into that, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content and updates on Halloween Ends. So getting into this, Jason Blum recently had a tweet saying the Halloween Ends trailer is coming soon, just replying soon to someone asking, hey, when's the Halloween Ends trailer coming? Soon. There we go, that's all we got. So it's got people talking about the Halloween trailer, and honestly, I think it's going to come a little earlier than we expect. The Halloween 2018 trailer came in early June, so we were expecting the Halloween Kills official trailer to be around that time, but what ended up happening was it was much later in June. It was June 24th, opposed to June 8th, when the Halloween 2018 trailer came out, and I'm sure some fans are probably speculating we don't get the Halloween Ends trailer until like early July now to kind of follow like the route that it's taken, but honestly, I feel like it would be more effective for Universal to put out this trailer in early June because they have a huge movie coming out during that time that a lot of horror fans are probably going to go see and also are going to get excited for the next thing from Universal, which is of course Halloween Ends. What might that IP be? What might that movie be? Jurassic World Dominion. Comes out in early June on June 10th. So wouldn't it make sense if they released the trailer on like maybe June 7th, June 8th? Now, you don't want to put it out too early though, because you have Doctor Strange coming out in May, and like that's going to draw a lot of the focus of the horror crowd because of course Sam Raimi is directing that film, and it is going to be kind of like Marvel's first step into horror. I don't know how crazy of a horror flick it's going to be, you know, quote unquote horror. It's going to have the Marvel zombies, which is cool, but like I don't know if it's going to be necessarily like an actual horror flick. I think it's going to be very PG and watered down with some horror elements. It's still a superhero movie at the end of the day, and I'm very excited for it. It looks very good. Anything Sam Raimi, any Sam Raimi joint, I will be there. I will be in a chair watching that for 100%. But I am excited for it, but I genuinely think if they're going to market this movie to the best of their ability, if they really want to make a lot of money from it, because of course they already are going to, start advertising it with Jurassic World Dominion, because then you can play it right before with the trailers. I feel like that just makes the most sense. Obviously, this is a short update, but I wanted to make it to discuss when I think this trailer is going to be coming out. Once again, something I want to reiterate, just talking about really any trailer in general, I really hope they don't spoil too much about the film. Because while the marketing campaign for Halloween Kills was way too much, they gave way too much away about the flick, and honestly, was kind of disappointing. I was super upset with the final trailer for Halloween Kills because it gave away a lot of the big spoilers of that movie. There was a lot of good kills they revealed. The flashback scenes were pretty much revealed to us in one of the trailers or the teasers or something. It's slipping my mind at the moment, but I really want them to just keep it chill with how they advertise this next movie. Now, don't put too much in there, don't spoil too much, because this is a movie that I'm even more concerned about getting spoiled than Halloween Kills. We kind of knew what to expect from that film. A lot of people were gonna die. It's right in the name, kills. So the fact that they teased a lot of kills, of course that was gonna happen. They did, actually the big thing that they spoiled that I'm kind of upset about was all the firemen getting murdered. It was very exciting to see in the trailer, but in retrospect, it's like that would have been a really cool shock to have that be the opening of the movie and to have it be unexpected, because I had talked about that prior. I was like, oh man, in Halloween Kills, they gotta have a scene where Michael Myers is just like cutting up all the firemen trying to put out the house. That would just be so messed up and brutal, and just to have that be the opening scene would really set the tone for a movie called Halloween Kills. And it's done very well, I have to say. In Halloween Kills, that scene is executed very well. And yes, I used the word executed on purpose. I loved it, but I kind of wish they didn't spoil it in one of the trailers. It wasn't the final trailer. It might have been the first one, actually. But yeah, that showed a little too much. And I'm hoping for the Halloween Ends trailer, they don't do that. Don't give us the big reveal, because obviously we all want to know how this thing ends. I think if the trailer wants to be successful, it wants to draw people in, don't put a single shot from the third act. Not anything. Don't do anything, because if there's a shot of what looks like a character falling off of a radio tower. I think we all know how this thing is going to end, and we're just going to speculate to death. This trailer give us little tiny tidbits that could allude to those things, but showing us that shot, showing us a shot of maybe Michael Myers falling off of a radio tower from a far distance, we're gonna figure that out. So don't give us anything from the third act. Give us some clues as to, oh, maybe this could happen in the third act. Oh, maybe this is how it ends. Give us that, but don't give us any more than that, because if you give us too much, we're gonna speculate, we're gonna figure it out, and we're not gonna be as surprised about the ending as how I feel about it. Obviously, we won't be able to tell from the trailer what is a big spoiler, or what is going to actually kind of like maybe ruin the film if they put that in the trailer. We won't know until we see the flick in October. But here's hoping they don't put anything from the third act. They don't spoil what is going to be probably the grand conclusion to this new timeline. I really hope they don't spoil it. Like I said, I'm much more worried about this one getting spoiled than any of the past two David Gordon Green Halloween flicks, because this is the ending. This is supposed to be like the ending of this timeline. But I will say this. I recently had a comment from someone that really made me think about the title of this flick, and maybe it runs a little deeper than just ending the timeline. What does ends refer to? Does it refer to the end of this timeline? Does it refer to the end of a character, someone dying? It could refer to a lot of things. It could refer to just Michael dying and maybe passing on the evil to another character in a new set of films. Now, I want to entertain these theories, but at the same time, I'm just like, I kind of just want this timeline to end here. I feel like we've done enough movies with David Gordon Green and these characters, and honestly, I'm down to try something else in like maybe 5, 6, or 7 years after Blumhouse is done with the Exorcist trilogy that I'm not too big a fan of. But I am excited to see what else they could do with this IP. I think there's a lot you can do with the simple, like just the simple structure of having a guy escape from prison, go to his hometown, and start murdering people. There's a lot you can do with that I feel like we could explore in some future movies that we might not have to fuck around with this timeline anymore, if that makes any sense. I really want them to try something new with the Halloween franchise. I really like what David Gordon Green did in his 2 films so far, and I'm very excited to see the conclusion in October. But moving forward with the franchise, I want to continuously see something new. And I feel like if we had an entire new like trilogy of films that followed Allison after like killing Michael Myers or something, we have this theory online right now about how she might take up the mantle of evil and start murdering, or like another character will do that and Allison will be the new final girl. I would rather them not go that just sounds so like Halloween 4, 5, and 6. That sounds like Thorn trilogy, unnecessary storytelling, in my opinion. I would rather them tell a new story about Michael Myers, maybe back in the 70s once again. Maybe we do instead of a direct continuation to the original, we do a reworking of the entire idea of Halloween. It's not a remake, it's a reimagining. Like take Michael Myers escaping from prison in the 70s with all new characters this time around. That would make it so interesting and fresh again. I would be so down to see that in like 5+ years. Because realistically, I feel like a lot of people are going to be not sick of Michael Myers by the time Ends comes out, but just kind of like, I just need a break from this franchise. We've had 3 movies that, in my opinion, were pretty excellent. Faith Decided obviously would disagree about Halloween Kills, but I'm excited to see what they do with Halloween Ends. Hopefully Halloween ends this timeline well, and maybe we don't have a continuation series. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of done with this, and if David Gordon Green is especially not going to be doing that, because like I said, he's going to be busy for the next at least 5 years with the Exorcist movies, I would rather them just do something new with it in whatever the next phase of Blumhouse is going to be after the Exorcist trilogy. That's just my take on it, but what do you guys think? Do you think Halloween Ends will end well? Do you think we'll get a trailer soon? And do you think we will probably get some kind of reimagining of Halloween in 5+ years, or will they continue the story? Leave me something about all these topics in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this new Halloween Ends update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Please consider supporting this page on Patreon. It really helps my channel grow, and I would just greatly appreciate it, one human being to another, so I can pay my bills and feed my cats. Make sure to check that out. The link for it is in the description below. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.